This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Ah, the lovely Ashley. No, don't go! Don't go! I love you! No! Well, Harrison's pretty good too. Okay, greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with more bonus content of Mass Effect. Last time we did a FemShep's ending and the Paragon saving the Council and the different decisions based off that. So now we're just going to go over some minor quote farming as well as just little details about the game. Might do like one more of these for maybe like, because I still have yet to do the rest of the elevator conversations. I'll probably have to, I might take a break in between recordings for that or something like that, even though it doesn't take that long, but you know, just to get those last little bits or whatever. Been busy the last couple of days myself, but anyway, yeah, if you leave it on the screen for a while, you get basically images of everyone. Tali, Rex, Liara, yeah, and Anderson and Saren appear as well. I don't think anyone else appears. I think it's just the main cast. That'd be funny if Udina popped up, you know. Although Anderson is more of a, well, I mean, Anderson is more of a main character. Yeah, there's Saren. I don't know if I ever showed off the beginning. I guess if I showed off all the things, I think I talked a little bit and then went straight into the new career, because otherwise, yeah, I would have spoiled like Saren for you. Although you wouldn't have known who he was, really, because you would have thought maybe he was a companion or something at that one point. So, all right, before we start quote farming, let me show off the extra stuff here. One, you can just do the credits, which is it just basically plays the song again, and you can just cut. I mean, I don't need to show it again, but you can just cut out of it. But yeah, it just shows the credits again if you want to listen to awesome music. Then the options, I don't know if I went over all the details of the options here, for the most part. You know, like auto leveling up. From what I understand, I've never actually used auto level up, but from what I remember, if you do auto level up, it tends to level up HP first. If anything gives you HP, it gives you that first and then damage. So it has certain priorities usually, but I don't remember all the details of it. But yeah, it's usually HP and then damage or whatever. Yeah, you can turn off subtitles. You can have a target assist in combat. I think I left it on high, I think, for the most part. But you could have, basically target assist means that if you have to basically, like, if you have it on high, you can kind of be in the general ballpark of a target and you'll hit it. And then if it's low, it means you have to hit in that almost on the dot, really, for the most part. I don't think I've ever played a game with like low target assist. I never thought. I mean, I guess I could have to make the game a little bit more difficult, but I think Insanity mode itself makes that more difficult. But that's up to you, I guess. Usage, I talked about that, where you could either disable it or put it on defense mode or active. Really, the only time you really need to use defense mode is maybe on the higher difficulties, or on certain missions that require you to use less power. It's kind of like during on Pharos, or that one mission with the biotics, I think. But even then, it's not that big of a deal. Or you could disable them if you're playing on hard mode, like basically command everyone, kind of like you would in certain old school RPGs, where just leave it up to you the whole time. Yeah, autosave and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if I ever talked about like the difference between hardcore and insanity, but basically to get to get hardcore, you have to beat the game once and it unlocks hardcore, and then if you beat the game on hardcore, you unlock insanity, and then when you beat insanity, you get an achievement for it, which I'll show those off here in a second. So you technically have to play the game 3 times, but if you're achievement hunting, which weirdly, achievement or trophy, depending on which version you're playing this on, if you want to get the most out of this game, especially on replays, you definitely want to actually get all of your achievements, which I'll talk about here in a second. Let's see. I don't think I did anything with the controller. Yeah, I just turned all that stuff off when I played originally, because I hate vibration. That's probably one of the most annoying, like, intuitive features that people, I don't know if I'd say intuitive, most annoying interactive features or whatever, to make it seem like you're in there with the story with like rumbling. I don't know. One, it reduces your battery life and wear the controller faster, and 2, it's just obnoxious. You know, I think I talked about film grain. You know, I don't think I've ever played the game without film grain and blur on, because I always just liked the mode it gave you when I did that. Maybe I should show that off, which I probably will here in a second, because I need to show some quote farming anyway. So yeah, why not? Let's turn off motion. Whoops, let's turn off motion blur. I'm just seeing at the... Okay, we'll just leave those. Yeah, we'll turn those off just to show those later. Okay. And then you can look at the downloadable content, which they only had 2. But this is... If you didn't have them downloaded, it would tell you... I think it would tell you the price. And then it would take you to the store or whatever, whichever you're doing this on. I don't know if they... I guess because, well, at least without Pinnacle Sky, but I think on the Legendary Edition it's just automatically there, so, you know, because it's a full set. Yeah, Bring It On the Sky tells you, like, what the gist of it is. Yeah, Batarian extremists have hijacked a mobile asteroid station. For the galaxy map, travel to the Exodus cluster, enter the Asgard system, and land on asteroid X-57, stop it before it crashes into Terra Nova. So it basically tells you how to get to it. Pinnacle Station. Visit the military training center at Pinnacle Station. Engage in a series of combat simulations. From the galaxy map, travel to the Argus Row cluster, enter the Phoenix system, and board Pinnacle Station. And then you can view the credits of... I don't think I've ever actually showed off the credits or whatever. But yeah, if you click on the credits, it actually shows you who worked on it. Although I'm surprised it's going so slow. I guess they had little money when they did this, so but I'll just skip that for now. I think it's the same with Bringing Down the Sky. I think I don't mind them having the song here, but couldn't they made it just go a little bit faster? Because I think even the actual credits, like in the main game, was like a bit faster than that. But well, anyway, it's I mean not worth showing off. I mean, obviously no disrespect to people who worked on it, but okay. Well, anyway, the big thing about this is the achievements is what I want to show off here. So I forgot which one's this best of the best is this is Pinnacle Station achievement. You have to beat all the 12 simulators and get a top score. So it's pretty much if you're finishing the DLC, you have to do it anyway to get the final bits on it. Medal of Honor. This is for, well, it basically tells you right there. Basically, you beat the game once. The gamer score part doesn't matter, but the big thing is that it unlocks hardcore difficulty, and as it says there, you get levels 51 through 60, which I guess even when what I did, I only got to level 58. So I wonder if it is possible to get to level 60 on a single playthrough. I think it is. I probably just have to like work it. I don't know. Those last couple levels have a lot of experience are required. So I don't know if I could have made that. Huh. Oh well. This one gets you nothing. This one's just completing Pharos. Completing Prime, which you get. This is automatic for complete Vermeer, the Council Legion of Merit, Novaria Honorarium of Corporate Service, Long Service Medal. This is for beating the game twice in a row. Now the cool thing about this game, I don't know if I ever talked about this while I was playing the game, but one of the cool things about Mass Effect is that if you get achievements in the game, or at least the first one, they never, unfortunately for whatever reason, they never implemented this feature in the second or third game, which I don't know why. But in the first game, if you got achievements or trophies or whatever system you're playing it on, if you unlock the trophy, some trophies actually gave you benefit in-game for that, which was really cool. I wish other games had done that. Like, instead of it just being some reward system for just playing the game, oh, you get a little thing that says you did it, woo. You know, they're just there to, hit your addictive system, the endorphins or whatever, for getting something, a reward. What is that called where... you get a reward and a Pavlovian effect or something like that. Except it's based off of noise, then gives you the effect, and you can still get the reward sensations based off the noise or whatever without actually getting the treat or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, in this case you get better weapon damage. 5% isn't big, but it's still something. And then when you get the hardcore mode, when you beat that, you get unlock insanity, but you get a gamer picture. I forgot what the gamer picture was. I'll have to look it up, but it was, at least on the Xbox, you could get like, I think you got what are there? Now I've almost forgot the alien races. The alien race they're completely suited up, that the banking clan and stuff like that. I think one of them was one of the pictures. I don't think, and I think Saren was also another picture. I think you get that from being in Insanity mode. You get his gamer picture. Yeah, you get Insanity mode. You unlock the gamer picture there when the Medal of Valor. The Pistol Expert here. Oh, I was actually going to look up a guide to show you like how you unlock it, but I forgot the game tells you this. So, This is another thing. If you kill 150 or 150 people with pistols, you get 25% more marksman duration. So, it makes it. That's probably why you're wondering, like, when I was doing certain abilities and attacks, like, why they lasted longer than what they should have. It's because I'd already beaten the game and unlocked everything. I probably could have made a new file and started from scratch just to show you how to earn all that stuff. But, well, too late now. This one, yeah, the shotgun expert, 150 shotgun kills. This one, you get the... Well, it makes sense on the pistol one, because almost every class can use pistol. On the shotgun expert, though, the cool thing about that is it unlocks this shotgun talent tree for all future characters. That's why when I played the game, you saw how when I first started a character up, it said choose an extra talent. Well, it's because I had done all the achievements. A lot of them let you get them up front. So yeah, this one gets 150 kills. Really, the easiest way to do that is to get these ones is just to focus. It's probably easiest to play as a soldier first and then switch between the weapons over the course of the game when you unlock it. So start with pistols until you get it, then switch to another weapon. And obviously you probably want to play in casual mode just to unlock hardcore and then kind of go from there. So probably the first time you play, you want to do either normal or casual, just to make it easier to unlock everything, and then start with the difficult stuff. Assault rifle expert. This gets you the assault rifle talent tree for 150 assault rifle kills. Sniper rifle, same thing. Sniper rifle talent tree. Lift mastery. This is where you get to use all of them are based, I think, 75 times, but they unlock those abilities. So you get lift, throw, same thing. The only problem with some of these abilities that if you unlock it with a class that couldn't normally use it would be nice, but usually these only work lift mastery, throw mastery, warp mastery, singularity mastery, barrier mastery, stasis mastery. Those only really work if a class has a way to get a biotic amp, so you can actually power up these things. If that class doesn't have that, these are going to be very minimally useful, especially in the higher difficulty. So kind of keep that in mind if you ever give a soldier class lift or something like that, or an engineer who can't even use biotic amps or whatever. But yeah, warp mastery, singularity, barrier, stasis, damping, same thing. It's the same thing with the electronic skills that you earn. If a class doesn't have a Omni tool, they can only be as powerful as the talent itself when it's maxed out can give you. If not, you're probably playing suboptimally. Yeah, AI hacking specialist, overload specialist, sabotage specialist, and then obviously, on your subsequent other runs, yeah, you want to just. It's probably better to unlock a lot of these. It's probably better to play the solid classes first. So, first time playing, maybe play a soldier. Second time playing, maybe play an adept. And then third time playing, maybe play an engineer. So that way you have access to all those abilities. So that way you can get them all back to back. So yeah, about 3 times is the minimum. You're probably going to do that anyway if you're going to max out your character, your how many skills you can get and everything, and max out all renegade or all intimidate and all charm skills, so you can have the best character to go for importing it to Mass Effect 2. Sabotage, first aid specialist. First aid specialist is a little bit different. You can probably put this on any character and be fine, because there's not. Although it usually tends to go with people who have well, no, I guess because Ashley has this as well. So yeah, you can put this on any class and be fine. Neural shock. You could put this on well, let me see. I'm trying to remember. I think you can put this one. Neural shock, I think you can also put on any class and be fine. This would actually be a pretty solid ability, because you can only get it from. I'm trying to remember what classes can get it. I think only the Sentinel, and I think only the Sentinel and Engineer can get that, so that might be really good on all classes at that point. The Scholar, this one's if you find all primary council races over the course of the game. You should get most of these just from playing the game. I don't remember having to go out of my way to get these. Let me see. Scholar. There might be 1 or 2 you might miss. But if you were just like me and you're pretty much kind of following the way, you'll probably be able to find most of that stuff pretty easily. Completionist, complete a majority of the game. I think you have to beat the 3rd critical planet by that point, I believe, no matter what it is, and I believe you get this a bit. Let me see, just double checking. I mean, you get this from oh no, here. Well, it says here. It says majority of the game. In the guide, it says majority of all quests. So that means doing all the side quests as well. So if you're a completionist, you're probably gonna get this anyway, or a person who plays like RPG and does everything in it. So you have to do most of the quests, and that's most of the side quests. So that's kind of the main story and side quests. I don't think you have to do all of them. You just have to do. It just says majority, so I assume you have to complete a good deal of them. Might as well finish them all off to get that. Tactician, complete playthrough with shield damage greater than health damage. This is probably going to be easier to do on casual or normal mode, not so much on the higher difficulties, because you're most... Well, I guess it depends on how you play, but yeah, this one increases your shield strength by 10%. Oh yeah, the completing most of the game gets you experience rewards of 5%, so it makes it easier to obviously gain more experience. So you can, like on new playthroughs, you can get your levels go by. Because yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed how fast I was accruing levels at a certain point is because I was getting a little bit of an extra chunk every time. Yeah, I would play either normal mode or you know, use a shield. Those shield upgrades for your armor would probably help with that if you're playing on harder difficulties, just to make sure that you have more shields than health. But yeah, on a casual normal mode, you should get this one pretty easily. Metal exploration, you just have to land on a planet outside of the main story. Will unlock that one. Rich, you get 1,000,000 credits. This is where you get the access to the requisitions officer and CSEC requisitions officer's Spectre gear, where you can get it at the beginning of the game instead of having to like get to a certain point in the game. So you can start off being able to get Spectre gear. So it's worthwhile to at least save your credits before you're doing that. Dog of War, log organic enemy kills. You'll most likely get this just from playing the game straight up, but this increases your health by 10%, which is really nice. Geth Hunter, you're probably going to get this from playing the game. Just straight up, increases shield strength by 10. So yeah, that's why my shields were a lot more durable than a normal new player would be. And now here comes the ally skills. Now what that means is when it says complete majority of the quests with the character, means they have to be, every time you go on a planet or a major critical mission, they have to be in your team, and most side quests as well. So you do have to, let me see, yeah, it says majority of the game, so that means majority of the story and side quests need to be done with her in your inventory. So this is another 3-game playthrough type of way. So just pick a character and just play with them on this one. But yeah, these are pretty cool because they get you the, like, for if you play as Ashley, you get 10% damage reduction. If you get Sentinel, if you get play with Kaiden, you get lift and throw recharge times improve. Krogan, you regenerate automatically now, even if you're not a class that can regenerate. Garrus, you get damping and overload recharge times by 10%. Quarian ally, you get sabotage and AI hacking, which is really nice. And the Asari ally, stasis and barrier recharge time improved by 10%. Liara's one is a little bit more difficult because, well, not by much really. All you have to do is basically make sure not to do any side quests. Just go through the Citadel, finish it as quickly as you can. Actually, I'm probably making this like a lot more challenging than it actually is. But basically, just finish the Citadel, and then go to Therum and save Liara, and then do every single mission with her. I think the first time I played it, I think I just chose him. Like, I'm trying to remember how I did the first time I played the game. I think the way I did is I just put Ashley and Kaiden together. Then the second time I played Rex and Garrus together. Then the third time I played, I put Tali and Liara together. That's where I started learning like all certain, like if you have certain characters together, you might get different dialogue depending on who's there or which order of characters. And then on other playthroughs, I would try to switch it up and see. But unfortunately, I don't remember every single combination of like what gives certain dialogue and stuff like that. I try to show most of it off. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Just play the game and stick to the characters, so as is, and you'll unlock these. Power Gamer, just reach level 50. If you've done every side quest even on normal or casual and hit everyone, even if you don't get out of the vehicle, you should hit this level pretty easily by the end of the main quests. As long as you do most of the major side quests and the story mode. But yeah, in this one you get 10% extra experience, so that's already 15% if you do completionists and power gamers on subsequent playthroughs. Extreme power gamers, when you reach level 60, you'll most likely only get this on a replay. Now how you do that is, well, I'll show you here in a second, but reach level 60, you get 5%. So yeah, if you do all the experience rewards, you get 20% extra experience for new playthroughs, which is very nice. Renegade, you get this by choosing 75% total Renegade. So yeah, just click the lower option. 9 times out of 10, that'll get you. I don't think you have to do, let me see if it says you have to do most of the missions. Oh no, it just says 75% of your score. So when you're choosing Renegade, you have to hit, I forgot what the actual total number is you have to get to hit that. I think like 300 is the total points in the whole game of like what is required to max out a thing. I'll have to look at that again, but I believe it's 300. So you just need to get, 60, 75. So take 75 off of that. So 225 is as much Renegade points you need, but really it's just easier. Just choose all Renegade every time on a playthrough and that'll do it. Although you don't really get anything for it, but hey. Same thing with Paragon. Paramore, you get this from romancing one of the 3 characters in the game, whether it be Ashley, Kaiden, or Liara. It doesn't matter which one. It'll pop up when you do that. At least I believe that's the only way to do it. Let me double check if there's another way to get it outside of that. Yeah, no, just finish a single romance plot. That's pretty easy. It's basically just don't be a douche to the lover, and you'll be fine. You get this one, Spectre Inductee. You get this automatically from playing the game. Charismatic, result in possible situation, charm, and intimidate. Basically, if you convince Rex to not be a dumbass, or if you convince Saren to kill himself, either one of those gets you the charismatic achievement. Search and rescue, yeah, you get this automatically by finding Liara. Colonist Savior, you get this from bringing down the sky. Undisputed, you complete Ahern's survival mission, which is the Pinnacle Station stuff. New sheriff in town, you get this for getting the first top score, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, not all of them get you something. They didn't all have to, but I like the fact that yeah, if you get the achievement and subsequent replays, you get a little bonus for doing it, or something unlocks. Like I said, the gamer picture is nice, even if it's not a big deal, it's still something. But yeah, none of the other Mass Effects do this after the first one for whatever reason. 2 doesn't do this, 3 doesn't do this. I don't know why they just decide not to give you those perks for unlocking the achievements or trophies after that. I don't know why they didn't. I guess at that point it was too much coding or something like that, but man, I kind of like that feature. No other games, at least as far as I'm aware of by the time of this recording, no other game has ever done that since, is giving you a bonus for having those trophies. But I could be wrong. Maybe there's some obscure game that does that. So anyway, I was talking about having to get to level 60. Now, how would you do that in a new game? Even I had trouble. I didn't even get to level 60, and I was starting from scratch. Well, there's a way to do that. So if we start a new career, I'll show you the beginning again.
Military database.
Yep, she's going to explain to us how it all works. Yada, 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 yada. We're awesome Commander Shepard. So, yeah, let me just
secure connection confirmed.
Wait for it to boot up. So, all right. So how you do this is obviously don't choose the John or choose select existing ID, and what it'll do is it'll pull up all your files of all the games that have beaten the game once at some point. It's one of the things when you choose the decision to save or destroy the council. There's that last save that last autosave that saves after you beat Saren, but before you talk to either the council or Dina, whoever survived. It'll pop up a save here on which one. So obviously this is the one we did. I did a couple of the other characters off screen just to show. And yeah, you just choose the, obviously it'll choose what the date it was, so hopefully you remember where you created the dates, because it'll make multiple. So if I beat it with Vauldemare again, and at level 60 there'll be 2 careers available for replay. I'll show a 58 and a 60, so and if you beat another one at 60, it'll just make another one that says 60. So you have to pay attention to which files you did and what time you did and what choices you made. So kind of keep that in mind as well. So anyway, just choose that file. and it'll say, well, and I'll show you. I mean, unfortunately, it's got to go through the introduction again, but that's fine. And it talks about all my decisions and stuff like that. And I like the fact it kind of reiterates like what you chose and everything like that. No record of my family. I suck. I'm just an Earthborn brat. They make Earth to be a pretty much of a shithole in the game, which, well, I guess it is in parts for the most part, because it's a planet that's been around forever, and we just now got to the stars not too long ago, and we still didn't do the best job of cleaning it up. Because I guess when you're Earthborn, you end up, other than not having your family, you ended up in a gang and everything like that. Which obviously there's that side quest that deals with that. And yeah, they just go over. Yeah, I thought this was a cool little intro to kind of set up the story. Yeah, it was a bit of exposition, but the thing is, it was either exposition it via like a little mini thing at the very beginning of the game, or exposition the crap of you as the player, while you're the character Shepard, who should not know everything in the world, but he should know at least a decent amount, being a soldier in this world. He might not know like everything about the science of everything, but he should know about certain features and everything like that. But that was weird. Man, it took forever. I was like, what the heck's going on? It was... Wow. I have never seen this before, folks. Holy cow. I think it's doing the cutscene, and it did. I don't know if this is based off. I've actually never seen this before, by the way. I'm trying to wonder if it's because my system is overheating, or I just got really lucky because I reload. Because before I recorded, I was playing another file, and all I did was quit to the main menu. I don't even know if I can make a decision or anything with that. Oh, this is. Oh, it was supposed to show the cutscene. Oh, I'm glad I'm recording this. Just showing like the game glitching out on me like this. I was wondering what was happening. It started up, and I was like, "What the heck?" I don't think this has ever been recorded before. I could be wrong. I'm trying to make. I don't know if you can make decisions or something like that. I might be stuck actually. Oh no, the cutscene is still playing. You can hear it. Huh. Oh, this is insane. That's crazy. I wonder if that game will actually start if it bypasses all the cutscenes. Huh. Yeah, this has never happened to me before. I was not expecting this, folks. I wasn't recording and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get a glitch here in a second. I'm gonna show you." Man, what would this have happened if I first started the first episode with this glitch? I think the game blacked out on me. Like, it's not loading up anymore. A little bit of technical difficulties, huh, folks? I might have to, yeah, it's on a black screen now. Okay, folks, I'm going to quickly restart the game, and we'll actually get back to what happens when you start a new game. Wow, I can't believe this actually happened. At least it's not letting me choose anything, so. Huh. All right, I'll see y'all in a second.
Only an idiot believes the official story.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of idiots out there. Anyway, but we're back after that technical hoo-ha. Yeah, I guess it just, because the game didn't load properly or something like that. I don't know if it's a case of me keep running the system for as long as I did, or I just hit that like 1 in a million bug where it didn't activate the cutscene for some weird reason. That was insane, though. I did not expect that to happen. So anyway, we're just gonna. Whoops!
They don't send specters,
so there's more going on.
Joker.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain.
Find it.
He's
all red.
Oh yeah, I never showed the alternate dialogue if you chose like Paragon options.
He sounds angry. Something must have gone wrong with the mission.
Captain always sounds like that when he's talking to me.
Can't possibly imagine why.
I forgot to show off what happens if you choose like Paragon at the beginning of the game. I didn't start doing that till, what was it, Novaria, when I started showing off alternate quests or variations on them. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to do that. So
You probably don't want to keep the captain.
yeah, we don't want to keep him waiting longer. But anyway, the point of me being here is that when we look at our squad, we see all of our points and everything like that here before. Now on this run right here, like you only get you get like basically your level, and everything else resets except for your general stats or whatever. So one of the most effective way to play this game, and I talked about this before, is to play the game and do via the best you can to like get your Paragon and Renegade up as high as it can to unlock the 4 blocks of the 4 free block, the 4 free blocks you get from playing the game. One from being a Spectre, and then the other 3 from hitting the 3 major 25%, 50%, and 75% of Renegade, or in this case Paragon. And then you just play the game again. It'll be locked on these levels, and then play again. If you spend levels into this, then you do miss out on being a min-maxed character by the end of the game. I mean, it wouldn't be a huge. Let me see. How much would, if I had not bought into that, been 4, 8. So I would have had like, yeah, quite. I could have maxed out like 2 more abilities by this point in the game, and yeah, it looked like it was going to be quite a bit more experience. I probably wasn't going to hit max 60 by the end of the game. But yeah, this is how you get max to level. Is you basically have to play your file again and start from basically and just level up till you hit 60 or whatever. So that's pretty much how you do that for the most part. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything really else to show here other than just given the.
Congratulations, Commander.
I think this is
Looks
the
like
first
we had
time I
a
also
smooth
saw the
run.
lazy eye thing.
You're
If you're
heading down
talking
to
to
see the
Presley,
captain?
sometimes his eye will kind of like twitch and stuff like that.
I'm on my way to give him a status update right now.
With all due respect, sir, maybe he'll finally tell you what we're really doing out here.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Yeah, nothing too major. I don't think you can. Oh yeah, there's Jenkins. Jenkins, the character we thought was gonna join us on our whole journey. They haven't played a RPG before where you get your red shirt. I mean, he wasn't wearing a red shirt, but pretty much. I don't know if I guessed he was gonna die. I had a strong inkling that maybe something would have happened to him over the course of the game, like at some point, if not the very beginning, because I played a couple other games that did that too, where they give you kind of a character, and he's supposed to be the one to show the danger of the Gath by getting taken out. And of course, you think he's going to be the young hot blood who's going to try to show you up over the course, or not maybe show you up, but try to like impress you over the course of the story, and then maybe you grow his characters. Nope, he gets shot by a Gath, who he says it ripped through his shields, yet we both had shields and it didn't rip through ours. So it was kind of cheap how they kind of try to give a reason of how he just dies like instantly or something like that, but whatever. He's supposed to be a red shirt
What
to
do you think,
indicate
Commander?
the danger of
We
the
won't
game
be
and
staying
stuff
on
like
Eden
that.
Prime too long.
I sincerely hope you're
And obviously, I don't know if I talked
Your
about it,
real
but
action
if you
usually ends with me
Jenkins
patching up
mentions your
crew members
backstory
in
to
the
you depending on
infirmary.
how who you are, if you're ruthless or soul survivor or war hero at this point.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
I wonder if the guy who voiced Jenkins knew his character was going to die like almost instantly or whatever. And yeah, you can already tell on the beginning of the game how they tell the difference between... I don't think the game ever straight up tells you how you're supposed to know Paragon and Renegade until, I guess, maybe start playing for a while. You kind of figure out like what choices give certain responses and everything like that. You find out like... I found out pretty quickly. I'm trying to remember if BioWare... No, I knew kind of... Well, no, let's see. BioWare in Old Republic and Jade Empire, they still had the dialogue tree. You just chose stuff, and you chose what your answer was based off what you thought the description of the sentence was. Or in Jade Empire, you saw facial expressions, which too bad they took that out of later games, where your face would kind of indicate if you were being nice or sad. I guess that would have required too much programming to add that in on a game like this. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe they're just being... Maybe they were had enough on their plate to instead of adding like an extra feature like that. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think in later games they officially tell you like what like choices do what. Like it was either the second or third game where it's pretty much hinted at like what those mean. Although I think the first time in the game when you get like when you get the Intimidator Charm choices, when you kind of at that point officially figure out like what choices do
Just
what.
treat this like every other assignment you've had, and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Torfin. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
Yeah, or if he might say the Blitz or a Coos, depending on which of your choices are. But
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't
long
worry,
career,
sir.
my
I'm
ass.
not going to screw this up.
Poor Jenkins.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye.
I prefer Ashley anyway. I don't think there's any reason to keep playing. Obviously, it just indicate like how you're supposed to get to level 60 at that point. So, okay, so now before we won't play for too much longer, but we'll do a little bit of quote farming for you before we go. Yeah, I just made another. I think it did. Did it already autosave at this point? not yet. But anyway. So, I was just checking for something there. So, okay. So let's load up another file here. Let me load up, I think it was Aisha who had some interesting ones. So, I'm going to have to skim through this really quickly on some of these. Okay, let's do, well, I'll have to do the theorem thing really quickly. But this is, now this run right here, I think we'll just do this and maybe call it episode, and then we'll do some later quote farming later, because I don't want this to last too long. Just mainly because it's a bonus episode. This is where you go to theorem last, like dead last, like you skip going to Liara as the bare minimum. Now her dialogue is pretty much the same up till you get to the ship itself. And when you get to the ship itself, there's actually, I think you have to choose all renegade options, but there's a moment where Liara almost breaks down because of just everything that's happened. I also need to show Liara's dialogue on Ilos. She actually has a few unique lines on Ilos if you bring her along, because it's one of the Prothean major worlds. I kind of forgot about that when I was playing, because I just chose Ashley and Tali just because they worked better for my team anyway. But because I was already an adept. Yeah, I forgot. She says, yeah, and also some characters will say different lines if Liara, because I think when I brought her here the first time, I don't think she said that. I think she, at least I don't recall her saying that. I think she talked when, or said something different, talked at a different part. But yeah, certain character like groups might also get different responses because they might not have priority, or they might be, or kind of like if you bring Ashley, like I said, I think I mentioned this before, when you bring Ashley and Rex to destroy the Rachni, if you choose to destroy the Rachni, Rex is obviously supposed to be the renegade opinion, while Ashley in that case had to be the Paragon. So she says, oh, maybe we shouldn't be destroying a whole race. I'll try to see if I can show that off. I actually don't have a save file there because I wasn't thinking about that at the time. But I might replay the game again just to get to that part.
Protheans sure build things homey.
I think he did say that line before when I showed him off before. But yeah, Ashley had to become the Paragon decision just to tell you, hey, there's a different option. Because each character always has to give you a different option in major decisions to tell you like what the possible repercussions of your decision is at that point. So Ashley tends to be, not all the time, but tends to be the renegade choice in a lot of scenes. Not all the scenes, but a lot of them. But when she's up against a person who's guaranteed to be a renegade option dealer, which is Rex, then she had to be a Paragon, so you get a different response, and I was kind of surprised.
Can you hear me out there?
Or I think I showed this off when I did the cloak farming. If in Novaria, when the guy kills himself, she brings up how you only have one life to give, you know, because she's religious. And no one else really responds to that except for Liara, and then she talks about the history of, you know, or gods and stuff like that. So she actually kind of works with Ashley at that point by responding to her description. At least I don't remember. I haven't done that with every single character variation, but she was like one of the few, because I think I brought her with like Rex and nothing happened before. But Liara responded to her. Maybe Kaiden does as well, but I'm not sure. But yeah, last time I was kind of a dick to her. So let's see. Yeah, we're not hallucinating, Doc.
We're real enough. Stay calm. I'll get you out of there.
You're oddly lucid for a hallucination. They don't usually claim to be real. Or do they? I guess I wouldn't know. I don't usually hallucinate. At least I don't think I do.
And I like being mean to her just because she says, man, you're pretty mean for a hallucination. So, believe me, I'm real toots.
My name is Shepard. The Office of Special Tactics and Recon sent me.
A Spectre? That's good. What else would I conjure up? A protector figure, yes. Perfect. Comforting. Well, I'll play along. As you can see, I am trapped here. If you're as real as you claim, find a way to get me out.
I like how she tries to analyze her hallucinations, like why she'd be thinking that type of thing.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew.
Okay, I think she's talking the same
now. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to.
We'll find some way to help you.
Of course, what good is a hallucination if it can't offer false hope? Listen, if you're real, find some way past the barrier curtain. Find some way to deal with the Geth. Then use the control panel to release me.
Okay, I think that was the same too.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you're on it. Oh yeah, that's because there's enemies in the area. So, but yeah, I don't think I showed off the variations on if Ashley was or if Liara was like lucid at the time. Like, I've been in here for days. Oh god. I wonder how long she's actually has been in there. Yeah, unfortunately this file is not as effective because I kind of rushed through a lot of it, so my weapons and levels aren't up to like what they should be. But I'm playing this on casual. When I was quote farming, I played it on easy mode so I could get there. So A B X, or sorry, A X B Y. The only reason I'm showing this whole thing is because it's pretty easy to get through, and like I said, I didn't show all the quotes that you could get here. But I want to show off like what happens when Liara gets just like breaks down. But yeah, I think I have to be completely renegade with her on the ship to get that option. I could be wrong though, because if you choose certain decisions over the others, you may never get to that point. Kind of like if you never ask Liara about Benezia, like if Benezia is still alive at this point, if you never ask her about it, and then when you're about to pick her up, one of your companions say, "Hey, wait, she's related to Matriarch Benezia. We shouldn't let her go," which is another like small little detail.
You were inside the tower.
That was us, baby.
We used the mining laser to bore through.
You bored through?
Yep, I'm real.
I'm sorry. I thought you were a hallucination.
I think that's the same.
I thought I was going.
Exit stage right. I don't know. I just like the way. I don't know why. Just something funny about the way they just leave a scene, you know, to do something. It was almost the same every time. It's just comical how they just go and I'm off because they reused animations as well as reusing assets.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower.
I think there's another funny line of dialogue. I already showed this off, but bringing Ashley here is funny too because you could already tell that she has kind of a rivalry with Liara.
Saren's looking for the conduit. Think fast, Miss Prothean expert.
The conduit, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like how Liara gets this sassy, like puts her hand on her shoulders, like.
What the hell was that?
Where she's like, "You better talk fast, Miss, I've come lately, you know, blue lady thingy." But yeah, you could already tell that there's if you bring her with you could already tell there's a rivalry. Technically, her and Kaiden sort of have. Well, I mean, it never gets to that point because. But if you're Fem Shep, Kaiden during the conversation scenes with when you beat a major mission.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
I don't like how Rex says that line of dialogue if you bring him. No one else says that except for him. The other characters say like, "Oh, I hope he's good" or something like that. But what was I gonna say? Crap. I don't know. That it kind of is supposed to technically be the rival to her because of the whole Fem Shep where you can romance him or Liara, but he never gets as antagonistic as Liara is. But that's because Kaiden thinks more with his head, so he kind of tries to think things out. Well, Ashley's a bit more heart in this situation. If I remember correctly, there's another line of dialogue here too that's different.
That would be more fun.
I don't know if I showed this off either, even with the Paragon playthrough. I forgot if I was supposed to do. Was it this one?
There a reason you're in my way?
The same reason you're here. Be sorry. Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
No, I won't go with them.
I don't know, maybe she did that line before. Never mind. I thought there was something different. Kill the bastard.
We don't have time to deal with this idiot. Charge!
Although, weirdly enough, I showed off that for whatever reason, Tali doesn't get into a battle mode when you choose that for whatever reason. I guess they forgot to code that in or something like that when they were doing that. I doubt they fixed that in the later versions. But yeah, even on casual mode, the Krogan characters are kind of annoying to deal with because of their whole. Yeah, this is why you want like neural shock or something like that. That's probably why neural shock's a pretty good ability to have on your characters because it almost immediately takes out the Krogan that are charging you. So it gives you a few seconds to like deal with their regeneration or whatever. Yeah, well, I guess I could cut this scene, but this cutscene doesn't like that. I probably won't replay all this, do like all these scenes again because I've already showed it to you multiple times, but it gives you reason to. It's kind of weird how they do. I understand what they're running here, but then they said Joker needs to get us out of here now. but when they leave this place, like nothing's happening. Is the idea is that is the rest of the place gonna collapse? Like when they get out of the structure itself, that it might have imploded on itself. But it never seems like that. Like when they leave, they start slowing down, almost like, oh, okay, we're cool. I don't know why we called joke here that we didn't immediately need to evac. Oh, maybe the idea was maybe there was Geth outside, maybe possibly more danger there or something like that. I don't know. Maybe we're missing a scene somewhere that they never coded in. Not a big deal, I guess, in the long scheme of things. It's just one of those things you think about when you play a game quite a few times. You're just kind of like, what were they thinking here? You know, what were you thinking?
Commander. 10 more seconds, we would have been swimming. The Normandy isn't equipped to.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes.
Oh yeah, in this file I don't have Garrus with me, so any of the lines he would have said, Rex gets instead. So he's a jerk.
Sometimes Joker's a real ass.
Okay.
I see. It must be, but I am grateful.
Yeah, I'll show you what Rex's lines. I think Rex's lines are slightly different.
And not
with
just from the volcano.
Without, especially if you do this last.
Or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it
it's kind of
somehow
funny when you say
connected to
Referral
the
last too, because
extinction.
I think it's
that is
here
my
pretty
real
soon.
area of expertise.
Yeah, you
I
wasted
have
your time,
spent the
lady.
past 50
We already
years
found
trying
all
to
the stuff. We
figure out
found
what
the
happened to them.
conduit, the
wiped out by the
cipher.
Reapers.
We found the
A race
new
of
relay
sentient
coordinates.
machines.
So yeah, I don't know why you're here. Kind of worthless actually at
But
this
I
point.
have never heard of. How do you know this?
Yeah, I saw
What
it.
evidence do
It
you
was
have?
true. I saw
There
the
was a
Reapers, the
damaged Prothean
Cthulhian
beacon on
inspired
Eden Prime. It burned a vision
reality
into my brain.
or
I'm still trying to sort out what
man-made
it all
machines
means.
that are have
Not
flesh.
to mention your little run-in with Sovereign. I'd call that definitive proof.
And then there's the cipher. I'm not sure what that other Asari did to you, but she did something. Sovereign, the cipher, a Prothean beacon. I'm sorry, this is all a bit overwhelming. I need a moment to collect myself. I have spent most of my adult life investigating the Prothean extinction. Decades of intense academic study and field research. And for what? I never thought it would end like this. You show up and tell me all the answers just fell into your lap. It isn't fair. All those years wasted.
Maybe she said that before, but I find it funny that when you save her for last, and she's like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And then everyone brings up all the seeds you had that requires you to beat the game. So she's like, "We already ran the software. We already got the cipher. We already ran the Prothean beacon. So we saved you for last, making you pretty much worthless. At least she's not worthless really because of what she does to like put her brain together to actually get to Ilos. But then when we get to Ilos, so we say, "Oh, I already have the coordinates for the Mu relay. We're good to go." We already did all that off screen, or while you weren't paying attention and not here. This line of dialogue is different because I don't believe this was here before, and you have to do this if you get her last. They weren't wasted. I just want to stop saying, "Deal with it, bro."
There's a rogue Spectre out there looking to destroy the galaxy, so quit whining and help me stop him or I'll drop your ass back in that volcano.
I am sorry, Commander. I don't know what came over me. You are right, of course. We have to stop Saren. That is all that really matters. You said you have visions from the beacon. Let me
now she's about to roll. I like the fact that she basically
Maybe
freaks
my
out
knowledge of the Protheans can
like
help
that because you save her
clarify
for
this
last
vision.
out of everything. So I don't have a choice. Yeah, you can't
Make
really
it
back out of
fast.
it this time. You
Time's
have to do this
a-wasting.
to figure out about Ilos where that is. So it's basically the same cutscene again. Invading my
Relax,
privacy
Commander.
like always, Liara. God, you're
Embrace
racist.
eternity.
You're racist here. No. Now that we know, that's Ilos right there. Those those are the Reapers. That organic machine, and it's just like the inside of the. I assume it's just the inside of the machine itself. I don't know if they ever show at all in the game where they show an undoctored version of the whole scene. Maybe it's either the second or third game they show something like that, but because it's always ever split up, which I guess it makes more sense to never show the whole
I never
thing.
thought the images would be so
Because
intense.
you don't want to see the whole
I need a
secret. You want
moment
to
to
kind
collect
of
myself.
even though she's explaining to us here, so yeah, hurry up.
We don't have a moment. Snap out of it and tell me
Snap
what
out
you
of it.
saw.
It's a distress call.
Yeah, stress.
A message sent out across the Prothean
Yeah, we know
Empire.
that part.
What about the conduit?
The conduit.
There were other images, locations.
Ilos, we know about that.
places I-
Ilos. Never heard of it.
I'm not surprised.
I think
Ilos
it was
is in a
Garrus who
region
says
of
that, or maybe
space
Tali
accessible only
in the
through
other,
Mu
if everyone's
relay.
there.
But the Mu relay was lost
Yeah.
thousands of years
Well,
ago. Nobody
Yeah, I know
knows
where it is. I've already got the Mu relay coordinates.
I have the coordinates for the Mu relay.
You do? But how? Never mind. If you take us to the Mu relay, I can give the vectors to take us to Ilos.
The relays in the terminus systems. They're not fond of Alliance ships over there, or Spectres.
Yeah, I think, what was it, either Garrus or Tali say that line, if, or maybe even, who said it? I think it was Garrus. So yeah, if Garrus isn't there, the Rex get all the line, although he's just speaking verbatim what everyone else says, so, yeah, they won't stop me, so I think that's the same, though.
That's where Saren's headed.
Saren will have his whole fleet in orbit around Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You need to alert the Council. They will assemble a fleet to accompany you. Together, you can... Oh, I am feeling a little faint all of a sudden.
You need food and sleep. You Asari aren't as hardy as my people. You need to see the ship's doctor.
It is probably just mental exhaustion.
That's weirdly considerate of Rex, surprisingly. Like, I mean, Rex isn't completely heartless, mind you. He does put an air about it, but, you know, he is a hardened mercenary age and all that, so it is kind of weird that he's was nice to Liara. Maybe he just sees her as like a kid that doesn't know any better, so he kind of gives her, you know how like those old grizzled war veterans always treat like either children or teenagers a little bit better than maybe people that are older or their age, because they should know better, but she hasn't really encountered this stuff, so he's like, you know, hey, I don't think you deserve that type of thing. So yeah, well, another case of unique dialogue from, because I think Garrus just says, hey, you need to see the doctor or whatever, but yeah, Rex just mentions, so he has not a verbatim line, but it's unique to him when he says my people and everything like that. So
go see the doctor. The rest of you dismissed.
Oh, and if you do Liara last, you don't have to talk to the Council, so you don't have to tell them about that, because I don't know why they don't let you communicate with the Council after saving Liara. I guess because before we get to her, we pretty much know what we need to do, so there's no reason to report in. So yeah, it completely skips that line of dialogue to communicate with the Council at that point, because then when you go to the Navi deck, when you go to the Galaxy map, it just goes straight to going back to the Council after that. I'm trying to... I didn't expect this episode to go as long as it did, for the most part. Let me see if Liara... I think Liara just goes back to regular conversation after this. Yeah, well, I mean, I give the game crap for having, like, reused assets and not giving enough unique lines of dialogue to certain characters, but I'll admit the idea of... Oh, yeah, on this playthrough, Kaiden's dead. Oh, sad face. Oh, yeah, I never checked my locker at all throughout the whole game. But yeah, I like the fact that there's like unique lines of dialogue that are snippeted in there at certain parts. Kind of like saving Liara, maybe not quite for last, or if you save her for last, there's unique lines of dialogue that happen during her scene because of that.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Yeah, you're okay.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her
Goodbye.
knowledge of Asari physiology.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander. I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Yeah, well, I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yeah, I just end this conversation before you even talk about that.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I was trying to see. I think she just goes,
yourself,
yeah, and then we go and talk to her about that.
I am afraid I am not very interested.
I don't know if I ever showed, but it's not really anything.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets.
I think that's the same before, no matter what your choice you do.
You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Don't try to study me, you freak.
I'm not some artifact you can take back to your lab, Doctor.
I am sorry, Commander. I did not mean it like that. I am used to dealing
I don't think I
with
showed that line of dialogue
data
before.
disks. I am not very good with people.
When I played, I chose the
professional
unfascinating.
curiosity get the better of me. Please forgive me. Let us talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay, so it just shows off like that. So, okay, well, I think we'll call it here for that. On another bonus episode, what I'll do is next bonus episode, I know we're going to finish out the rest of the codex, all the audio ones we could show off, because I didn't show off a lot of those while playing, and then I might finish that episode with just quotes for the rest of that. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I'll just beat the game again with the colonist version and see if that ending screen is different, Because I noticed the Renegade had a different screen, the Paragon had a different screen, but I think those are different pictures based off your background, I believe, not so much your personality. So I'll see what the Colonist Sole Survivor has his background. If it's worth it, I'll show that off. If not, we'll just do, like I said, audio codecs and then some more quote farming. Just the little snippets I didn't show, like some of the extra lines of dialogue you get from the Terra Firma party character if you have just alien characters in the group. Stuff like that. So anyway, thanks for watching another bonus episode for this, and join me for more bonus content for those who care about that stuff. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.